So this video is really about how to not get tricked. It's a second part to skills versus strengths, so you should go see that one first. But it's just something that I've noticed and something that actually I was taught as a career counselor as well. It is so important to know this. So real quick, I'm gonna review skills versus strengths, and then I'll get into it. Skills are things that you've practiced and you have performed proficiently, like you've been successful in operating in those skills, but it doesn't necessarily mean it gives you joy. Okay? Strengths are innate natural abilities. Usually they're things that you are interested in and it usually comes effortless to you. And so you will have to grow in skill in using those strengths. Like that's why a kid who's naturally good at baseball then gets coached by really good coaches, right? You want to grow in that area. But if it's a natural strength, if it's a natural strength, then that is really what you want to focus on because it's going to come so much easier for you. So I'm going to tell you an example of a story of how you can actually get tricked by the workplace, by doing jobs, even in school, because you kind of have to be proficient in everything in school, right? You're kind of getting graded on every single subject. And so when you enter the workforce and when you go through life as an adult, it gets a little bit harder to say no to things. Because you almost feel like you can't, like growing up. But one of the most important things that you can learn as an adult is to say no to things. So here's a scenario. It's made up, but I want you to follow along with me. Okay, let's say I'm a wedding planner and I meet with the bride and groom, like, a year out, and then I start working with vendors and I start working and making sure things are gonna come into place, and I book the venue and I book the food and I pick the cake and I help her with the dress and I do all this stuff. And as those months pass by, I start to get more and more stressed. I start to get more and more snippy with my coworkers and really my kids. I'm like angry all the time with my children. But I really, really want this to work out. I really want the referrals that comes from this business, So I do it, I pull it off, the daily event goes well, and then I get home and I'm like so excited that it was successful. But I also go home and I fall flat on my back on my bed and I am like so relieved it's over. Okay, you need to discern between those two things. Why are you excited? Are you excited because you're done? Are you excited because that process was fun for you and you felt fulfilled at the end? If you're excited that thing's over and you never want to touch it again, that excitement can actually trick you to get back into that vicious cycle and go do it again. Don't do it again if you changed who you are. Don't do that again if you were so stressed that it totally ruined your family life and made you a neurotic mess. Okay? So you have to discern things. When you get to the end of a project or to the end of something, you need to figure out, oh my word, like how did that really make me feel throughout the process? Was it coming from a place of joy? Now, most things are not gonna be, like most roles in life are gonna require a bunch of different skill sets. So for me personally, if I had been in that position, I like working with people. I love brainstorming and coming up with ideas. Coming up with a venue would have been fun, talking about the dress. But what I don't really do is set a goal and work backwards. And I don't really love managing a ton of different details, right? Working with all those vendors and really making sure that things are happening at a certain time and having all those details like on my shoulders, that would be really stressful for me. So you can do that with your own jobs. Like guys, you can dissect the jobs that you do and say, okay, I like this part of that, but I don't like this part. I like this part, but I don't like this part. And really assess, okay, where are the parts that I'm getting energy and where are the parts that are totally not fun for me and it's making me miserable. Now you may not be able to rearrange that role, right, in the job that you're in right now, but if you were to ever leave that job, it gives you so much information moving into that next job, right? So you wanna make sure that you are aware of these things and that you are discerning what really gives you life and what really drains you and stresses you out. And you can even ask other people, because I bet those closest to you kind of know when you change, when you get stressed, and then when you start to act a little different. My husband totally knows me. But yeah, ask people close to you. So I hope that was helpful, guys. Don't get tricked by success, okay? You have to really enjoy the whole process of operating in a strength or operating in a role to really find fulfillment in life. So I'll talk to you guys later. I hope that was helpful. Bye.